Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Money is coming into my hand. Bank account and my purse, it lands. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me.
Roller skating. It is the best thing in life after my kid.
Hi, I'm Mean Bean, and this is Feels on Wheels, a talk show about roller skating.
Christina is a park skater based in Toronto, Ontario. She posts daily fitness and roller skate content on her Instagram page. Look out for her new project coming out soon called Thank You Next, where she interviews people about life lessons.
Okay, so Christina, I am so pleased to have you on the show. I've been following you for a long time on Instagram.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and YouTube too, and you are killing it in the skate park. You put in the work, and that's what I love, is that you progressed so much, even from when I started watching you.
Oh, thank you.
But I love how you show how hard you work to get it.
Yeah.
And how persistent you are. Why did you get started roller skating?
The idea of skating came to me when I was a teenager because I grew up in Barbados. So I didn't move to Canada till 2012. So I had rollerblades. So I was kind of between a rollerblade and a skateboard. My dad bought me both. Immediately the skateboard was a no, and the rollerblade was like a question mark. I was learning to skate, but I couldn't figure out how to stop. So my technique was just running into things. And then at some point I was like, I just want to do something that is easier. So I just put it out of my mind. And then I moved to Canada. And anybody who's an immigrant in Canada knows it's very lonely if you move as an adult. Nobody's gonna absorb you into their friend group. Everyone's like, hi, and then bye. So I was kind of lonely for a while. I wanted something to do, so I tried different activities. And then somehow maybe my phone was listening to me. I started to see all these things with girls on roller skates. And then the rollerblading that I did when I was a teenager came back to me. And I knew immediately that I do not want rollerblades.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing that again. So then I was like, well, I'm gonna try roller skates. Because I wanted something to do, and then you see everybody's dancing and skating and they're having fun, and like, oh, this is the thing, I can make friends. So that's what I thought, and I said, I don't know how to skate. So then I found Moxie 365 Days of Skate Challenge.
Yeah.
And then I was like, my daughter was 6, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna drag her along with me so that we could skate together. And that is how I came to roller skating. I was just lonely. I was like, I need friends, love me. I just needed somebody to know that I was alive, like be a friend.
Honestly. And you found what you were looking for?
Yeah, I found my beloved Carla. Love you, Carla. And then I met so many other people. First I was learning to jam skate. Then I learned to park skate. And then on Instagram you meet tons of people. And then they become from being just on Instagram to real life like us. Yay! Oh my gosh, it's gonna make me cry. I don't want to cry on the show.
It's called Feels on
I
Wheels.
know.
So you did complete the 365 days, right?
I think so. I feel like I did some days because I'm obsessive. I did more than one.
Of course.
Everything's on my Instagram, and because I post so many videos, I don't even think it's humanly possible to go back
Because I
4
tried.
years. So I learned to skate. That was the first year. Then I like dancing, so I thought I'd try jam skating. And then I came across park skating, but that looked like craziness. So I was like, no. And then I came back around to it and I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Because where I live, Ellesmere Skate Park is close to my house. So if I wanted to learn to skate, whether it was anything, that was the only open space. And so I just started on the little flat circle. Then I went on the little incline. And then I got on the bigger ramp. And then eventually I moved to the small coping, and now I can do the big coping. So I basically can do the whole park from not being able to skate at all. I'm just an obsessive person. I just want to be better, because when I see different people, they just come and they do a half cab or they do a full cab and then they go back in, fake in. And it's the skills are so difficult. And I'm like, I can't even go down the ramp. I'm like, okay, I just have to practice. Because that's what I learned. I have to pick a thing, work on it, and then once I can do that, then it allows me to do something else. But you can only do that if you are consistent. But I think what happens to a lot of people is that roller skating is very difficult to learn.
Yeah.
And more so when you're an adult, because when you're a kid, you don't care about falling, you don't care about looking silly. You have all the time in the world. If you do get injured, someone will still feed you and give you everything that you need.
Yeah.
So when you learn to skate as an adult, all those things are in your mind, and it gives you this kind of fear that if you're a kid, you really wouldn't have. And then on top of that, what a lot of people don't understand is that there's a lot of things that your body's doing for you to learn. Like, you have to figure out, what do you actually want to do? Like, even just pushing, because walking is like this,
Yes.
and skating is like this. Two separate sets of muscles.
It's true.
That your brain now has to figure out, how do I get my foot to do this when as soon as I push,
Yeah.
you're unstable. Then you have to get the muscles to be strong enough to do the skill. And then you also have to learn the balance to control your body, because being forward, being back, going to the sideways, and you're on something that's unstable, you have to learn to be balanced. And then the psychological aspect of the fear of being unstable, that you might actually fall, which is very legitimate concern.
Yeah.
So you have all these things that take a lot of time, and the only way to overcome it is to expose your brain and your muscles to it repeatedly. Because if you skate for 6 weeks in a row, and then you take a year off, when you come back, you're back to the beginning of the 6 weeks.
That's so real.
You don't go to 6 weeks, take a year off, and come back here. You go back. If you take a long break, it offsets all the progress. You lost the strength, you lost the balance, you got more fear, you got more, oh, can I do this? I used to be able to do this, but can I still do this? So the only way to tackle that is to hit it every chance. Like, I think of it on a weekly basis, because I know, like, you have a job, you're an adult, you have to be responsible. So we can't skate all day. Boo. But you still have to be consistently, even if you don't think about it in a week, think about it in a month. I need to skate 5 times this month. That's once a week. I need to skate 10 times this month. That's twice a week. So the more often you skate, that's the more chances you're giving your brain to learn the skill, and your heart to become calm with the fact that you can actually do it. So there's 2 things that's happening, and both of them are difficult.
You are so good at your off-skate warm-ups.
I don't do anything without warming up, simply because, first of all, we're not 15 years old. And warm-up is important because psychologically, you have to prepare your mind for the challenge of doing something that's difficult for your body. Even if it's fun, even if you can already do it, the time it takes to stretch, you're like, okay, I'm getting ready to skate. I'm getting ready to deal with this fear. I'm getting ready to deal with my muscles and my feet probably hurting. I'm getting ready. Meanwhile, you're also getting your joints ready.
Yeah.
You're getting your muscles ready. Sometimes, like, with my warm-up, I train like the skills that I'm gonna do with my skates and my skates off, so that I can get the motion of what you're doing. Because when you don't have skates on, it's so much easier. Sometimes if you get your rail out and you just hop on, you'll figure out, oh, I like to step with this foot and then that foot.
That's so smart.
So when you go put your skates on, you don't have to think about it. You're like, you know, right foot, left foot.
Yeah.
You don't get there and be like, oh, you can figure out, oh, I want to do 180 in, I like to turn to the right. So your brain is already prepared. When you get there, you know, okay, I want to turn to the right. So if you practice it without your skates on, all of that is going into your subconscious already, so that when you actually get to skating, you have like a little background that you know, okay, I know I want to step right foot, left foot, and then I want to turn off with my right shoulder. You might not know what to do, but you know that. You the first part you already figured out. So a lot of times when I'm practicing a skill, I don't believe in falling down unnecessarily, because I think that is a unnecessary risk to be injured. If you think about what you're doing, like really plan how you're getting into the skill, what you're gonna do, and then plan your exit, you'll have a more prepared way of executing the skill. You will not all of a sudden realize, oh shit, you're there.
You're very methodical. Because, like, I'm not a sended person either.
No, I don't believe in
But, like,
sended. Sended is for people that live at home with their mother. That's for you. Somebody else is paying your bills, that's sended.
Yeah. Talking about Connie.
Oh my gosh. my love affair with Connie 2.0, okay, because my first Connie, I forgot it at the skate park, and the city of Toronto took her, so I had to get a new Connie. I coached gymnastics for 10 years, coached taekwondo. So the building of a skill, everything is a progression. And a lot of times it's easier for a student to learn a skill if they only have one thing to focus on. So when you're learning stuff on skates, especially when it's a coping skill, you have to be concerned about being on the coping and then thinking about what you want your feet to do.
Yeah.
So the reason why I use Connie a lot is because Connie gives me time to think about what I'm going to do without having to worry about my balance. Am I going to go in? Am I going to go out? Am I going to move to the side? Because you can just have a point of contact, and all of a sudden your base of support goes from just the little 1 inch on your base of your blocks to you plus the cone, and then it makes it a lot less difficult to worry about. So if I'm going to do kind grind, I want to land with my feet like this. You're accustomed landing like this. You now have to think, I have to turn my foot and get the middle of my skate on the coping. Does your foot even turn that much? You don't know.
Yeah.
So if you're holding on to Connie, you can have enough time to actually place your foot in the position. It's a technique called modeling, where you're trying to create muscle memory for the body to do the position that you want. It's something like dancers, martial arts. You know you want to turn this much and not that much. So you just practice, boom, and stop. And then you come back, boom, and stop. So that your muscles learn, I need to turn this much and stop. So it's the same thing for all skate skills. Like everything is 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or 360 degrees. It's all math and physics. So when you're able to put your foot onto the coping, you have Connie to hold on to, then you can take your time, because now you're not worried about if you're gonna fall off or not, and just boom. So you can feel, okay, my foot turns this much, my hip feels like this, my knees like this. If I lean in here, I'm gonna feel like I can actually stand up. If I lean back, I feel like I'm gonna roll off. So then you get to figure out, I need to put my foot on and lean in this much and no more. So it gives you time to actually feel your body, as opposed to jumping into it and doing 10,000 times and falling down, when you could have just held onto the cone.
That's so smart. Oh my god.
And I tell this to Carla all the time, because she likes to just jump into things. And I'm like, Carla, just use the cone. And she's like, no, I got it. And I'm like, okay. And then she uses the cone and gets it right when she uses it. I'm like, dude, you could have done that 15 minutes ago. What are you doing? The reason why I like it is that it just gives you an extra point of contact that you don't have to worry about rushing the skill. Because if you don't have that extra balance, now you got to do it right away. And you don't actually have the time to think about where you're putting your foot and where you're putting your weight.
Yeah.
And then once you've modeled it, once you know exactly how much weight, how much distance, how much to turn, you don't need the cone. Now you're figuring out, boom, okay, I got it, and then come off. Boom, I got it, and then come off. Boom, I don't got it, and you go that way. So you know you gotta pull back a little bit. It gives you time to think. Everybody needs a Connie.
Yeah, seriously. We're talking about upper body strength. We were saying like it's so important to be strong, because in case you fall.
Yeah, you won't smack your face.
Yeah.
This is gymnastics 101. This is why you condition push-ups. If you see gymnasts, push-ups, headstand push-ups, everything is to build your strength, because if you rotating forward and you put your hands down and your arms are weak, bam, into the concrete. But if you're strong, even if you hit the concrete, you can slow yourself down. Learning how to break fall, or learning how to control your momentum. For me, like I skate half pipe, so sometimes you put your foot on and it doesn't want to come off when you want it to. But what is the technique? I think that you should turn into the ramp.
Okay.
Because if you turn into the ramp, it's the same thing as if you're rolling out of a break fall, or you know, you see sometimes skateboarders, they fall and they just roll and keep going.
Yeah.
So when you turn into the ramp, now you can just sit and slide down.
That's true, yeah.
So that will give you more of a point of contact, so that you don't just hit.
It's true. I've fallen a lot on ramps. When I fall like that, it hurts way less.
Yeah, because if you break down and think about what it is that you're doing, you are trying to reduce the pounds per square inch of contact. So if you hit with this, that's a lot of force to this small point.
Yes.
But if you hit with this, you dissipate the energy.
Yeah.
Instead of it going into your hand and breaking your finger, now you rotate it off of your whole side of your body and you just roll off. You might get scraped, but you're not gonna break. And this is why people break their hand when they fall like this.
Yes.
Because they do like this, they hit and all the thing goes right into their wrist as opposed to compressing or rolling. It's something that you have to train because your reflex is to go this. You have to train to do what is not intuitive. It's very counterintuitive to this, to like, okay, I'm gonna put my face to the concrete. Nobody wants to do that. So this is natural. That makes sense, right? Injury prevention is key because if you break your foot, you can't skate for 6 weeks plus however long it takes to get back. And almost every skater knows somebody that broke something.
Yes.
If you go back and look at it, you can see where they fell. Most of the time, it's like unexpected control, and you just bam. If you think about, especially a new skill, if you think about how you're gonna get out of it, especially if you mess up, the likelihood of you being surprised, because the surprise is what freaks you out.
It's true.
It's this.
Yeah.
It's this that makes you do things that you shouldn't do. This is why people fall backwards. This is why people jam and hit their hands. You know, like it's the surprise. But if you have a calculation in your mind beforehand, okay, when I feel myself falling backwards, I'm gonna turn. Then you know your subconscious will absorb that, and boom, you'll be better off. I don't know that safe is the right word.
I mean, everything has inherent risk, but you're reducing the risk.
You're reducing the risk by preparing.
I'm actually surprised you are not instructing people because you got
I
the
just don't.
foundations.
I feel like there's other people that instructing is their business, and I just want to show up, skate, and go home.
Okay.
I've just adopted Carla as my guinea pig for my technique. Because everything that we want to do, I just like, Carla, okay, let's go do this, and then I just think, and she's like, okay, let's go, and then we just level it up all the time. So Carla's my student guinea pig friend.
I love that. Shout out to Carla.
I love you.
How did you meet Carla?
Oh my gosh, random skate fest. The first one. I make bags. I do accessories, skate leashes, and toe caps and stuff like that. Not currently, but at the time I had started, and I had a table at Skate Fest, and then she walked by, and I just saw her, and I thought, oh, I just had an energy on the person, and then she came back after and bought something from me, and then I invited her to come skate with me, and she actually showed up. I invite people to skate all the time, and no one ever shows. So Carla actually showed up. I think what happens too is that you end up skating with people that you like and that also have the same schedule as you.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes you want to skate with people, but they live on the other side of the city. You want to skate with them, but they're not off when you're off. But Carla, it worked out where she lives close to where I live. Her schedule worked, and I like her, so it was perfect.
Oh, so cute. And I love that you got your daughter into it.
Yeah. Well, what else am I gonna do? I have to drag my kid with me everywhere. I know sometimes people are like, oh, the kids. I'm like, no, I'm in charge. I pay the bills. What do you mean?
Does she like it?
I think so.
Yeah.
But do I care? No. I thought it was fun, and when we started, she was 6. I just gave her the skates, and I was like, come, let's learn to skate. And she just went along with me. Now she can skate really well, but I think she's on rebellious mode. She's like, Mommy, I don't want to skate. I want to skate, and she's just like, I'm not skating. But if I bring her friends, she'll skate with her friends. She can do slides. She does fakie stalls. She does all these things. And the thing is, too, that you know what's really annoying is she doesn't really try. She's just watching me skate and just absorbing it. And then when she goes to do it, she's like, ha ha ha, I can do it. I'm like, what? How is this possible?
You are a really good teacher, though.
Thanks.
So that helps.
Yeah, and she doesn't listen to me, eh?
Oh, no?
No. She's just watching.
Yeah.
If I tell her something, she's like, Mommy, I got it. I'm like, but, I'm like, okay. Carla will tell her, she'll listen to Carla. She doesn't listen to me. But I think this is most parents, right?
Yes. Yeah, my daughter does not like roller skating at all, but she's 16.
Maybe it's a different stage. I think she does like to roller skate. I just think she thinks I'm too obsessive for her to skate with me. But if she skated with her own friends, she would skate with her friends. When she was little, I'm like, I pay the bills. I bought these skates. We're going. That's it.
Yeah.
That's Caribbean Mom 101.
I mean, it's physical activity.
Yeah, it's free.
Fresh air.
Fresh air.
It's
You're
free.
supervised.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Quality time.
Quality time.
Yeah.
It was nice to watch her learn to skate too, because watching her learn, it was helping me. Oh, okay, I need to do this, or oh, I can do this differently. And I wouldn't tell her what to do because she's a very strong personality. I just watch her try to figure it out, and watching her figure out helped me also figure out, because I wouldn't try to tell her anything because then she'd be like, I can do it. So I just leave her.
So she takes after you.
Oh my God. She's my mini me in so many ways. She looks like me and she acts like me, and I'm sure one day she'll be like a twin to me when she's like fully grown. I'm trying to get her to grow strong. It's easy to be affected by other people's opinions, other people's lives that you see on Instagram or whatever, and I feel like you really need to have a strong sense of self.
Yeah.
And she's a black little girl, so she needs even more. So I'm trying to get some stuff into her before she's off with her friends, so that when she's faced with a situation, she just hear my voice in the back and say, don't do that stupid thing. And she's like, yeah, my mommy said I can't. Sorry guys. You know, and I don't have to be there. It's just running in the back of her mind. My mommy said I can do this. My mommy said I'm strong enough. My mommy said I'm smart enough. My mommy said I'm more than capable. My mommy said I can handle things by myself. And it's just running in the back. I don't have to be there, and she'll be fine. I had a conversation with a couple of my friends from school, and we're all moms now. And I was like, no one really tells you how emotionally taxing being a mom is. Because everybody's like, oh, let's have a baby. I'm like, did they really counsel you on how difficult this is? I mean, aside from the physical pregnancy and actual labor, handling a little person who doesn't care how you feel. And you still need to keep them alive is very emotionally taxing. And it's taxing for 20 years. It's not when they're 1 and they're 2, it's the entire time. You know, like when they really need you, when they kind of need you, when they don't want you, and when they're gone. Like you're constantly like, are they gonna be okay? And everybody makes it seem like, oh, my mom is so great. I'm like, did they prepare you properly? And does anyone actually tell you like it's okay to go skate and take your kids? Why are you home? As adults, we do so much things for our kids: gymnastics, hockey, roller derby, all this stuff. And do you do anything for yourself besides pay bills? Just drag your kids and go skate. Let them go on a scooter. Let them get a skateboard. Let them run at the park. Something. You still have to be yourself more than being just somebody's mom or wife or daughter or friend. Like you still have to be you. And it's like no one tells you that when you have a kid. All of a sudden you're like, I have to keep this little human alive. Never-ending stream of I must keep you alive, and you forget yourself. So I just drag her to the skate park.
I love it. Like, honestly,
she'll be fine. I just like that she looks like she's gonna be strong. So I'm like, okay, I think he's going the right way.
So when did you come to Canada?
I don't know my age, okay guys? I came in 2012 when I was 30.
You're raising her in a much different experience than when you grew up in.
And a different country. Because I grew up in Barbados. When I was a child, when I was 9, my mom died.
Oh, okay.
So and I just think about how much I tried to help my dad and also like take care of myself. And even like walking home from school, and I think about the age that I would never let my daughter walk home from school at the age my dad let me walk home from school. And also for the distance, it used to take me like 20 minutes to walk home from school. I would never let my daughter walk 20 minutes in Toronto to go home from school. No, it's completely different, but I'm still trying to give her like the Caribbean, you can do this by yourself kind of vibe without like helicopter parenting. When you have a seedling and you want it to grow straight, put it in the soil. You tie the seedling to it. It has to be firm enough for the seedling to grow straight, but not so firm that if it needs to bend to the light, that it can't bend. You know, so I think that's how parenting needs to be. Just enough to keep you straight, but if you need to go this direction to the light, you can go. And then once you're firm, back off and you're gone.
I love how you're very methodical
with
parenting too.
I'm methodical with everything. Okay, this is just my personality. I'm all smiley and bubbly, but I'm thinking. My brain's going. I think you have to think about your life. How are you going through your life and you're not thinking about it? I mean, what are you doing? What do you mean? Of course you have to think about your life. Like, duh. It's hard. What am I gonna eat? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna get this done for my school, for my job, for my family? You have to think. And then skating is the same thing. You can't just show up at the skate park and decide you're gonna do a full cab. No, you're gonna die.
You've done some competitions.
It's just because I'm a competitive person. I like the idea of having something to work towards. I don't think we're that good. When we started, me and Carla for sure, we just didn't know what the hell we were doing. But I was like, bro, it's a competition. We can go and see how we can improve by the time we get there. And then the next year, you can see how you've improved from last time.
Yeah.
That's all it's for. You don't have to care about if you're gonna win. You're probably not gonna win. You just wanna make sure you don't get hurt. That's legitimate. And you're gonna have fun. If there was money involved, that's the only thing that would make it better. I know sometimes I'm like, oh, you guys gonna do the competition? Come on, let's go do the competition. And everybody's like, skating's just for fun. I don't wanna compete. And I don't understand that feeling at all.
I'm pretty sure you sent me a message.
I'm like, come on, let's do the thing. Let's go, it's fun. You drop in, you do a 1-2, you turn around, you do another 1-2, and you get off the ramp. It's 45 seconds of your life. 45 seconds.
45 terrifying.
No.
seconds.
Everyone there is happy to see you skate. Everyone there is happy to see you try. Everyone there is happy to see you like finish and be safe. Like there's no bad vibes. Not one person is gonna be like, what's she doing here? Nobody. Everyone is gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And some of the people that are good, that know that you're now beginning, they're gonna be happy that you tried. And some of the ones that are not competing, but they wish they could try, would want to be like, oh, I wish I could do that, but I'm scared. Everyone's gonna have your back. Even if you fall down, everyone's like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Or they're waiting to see how long it takes you to get up. Like no one's like, ha ha ha, no one.
Yeah.
Everyone's supporting you. Everyone's there to be like, this is such a good job you did. Some people don't like to be stared at.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I understand that. And technically, if you're the only one in the round, everyone is staring at you. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, they might just think that your outfit's cute. They might think that your skills are cute. They're staring at you for a good reason. It doesn't mean they're staring and thinking anything bad.
That's true.
I think sometimes when people are worried about people looking at them, it's because they think that the person's thinking something bad.
Yeah.
But they might be thinking, oh, I love her hair. Oh, that dress is so pretty. Wow, I love those shoes. I just think that they're seeing something nice.
They probably are.
And they're staring at you because there's something that you were doing or that they like and they wish they could do it or they just like it. I feel this is an issue where you see the world as you are,
Yeah.
not as it is.
So if you're a negative person,
You see negative things. If you're a sad person, you see sad things. If you're an insecure person, you see insecure things. If you're an angry person, you see angry things. If you're a happy person, you see happy things. You only see the world as you are, not as it is. So when you see people responding in a particular way, it's not really you, that's just how they see the world.
You've only been skating for 4 years. Yeah, you're so good.
I told you I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I just have to improve. Like, it just bothers me so much if I suck at something. I didn't know how to skate, I learned to skate. Now I learned to do a particular skill. Now can I do the skill with this other skill? Can I do the skills together? Can I do this skill that's more difficult? What I like about skating is that there's so many ways to get better. Especially for part, because all the skills are the same. Everyone can get any skill. There's no limitation that if I got a backside, you can't get one. If a person, they like to rotate to the left and you like to rotate to the right, it doesn't matter. It's the same skill, still backside. So it's wide open for what you can learn. And the challenge is, how can you stack them? Then being able to combine them from one thing into the next. Because I remember the first time I learned to drop in, of course, fell down, boom. And then everybody, it's just like the Matrix, everybody falls the first time. That's just the way it is. I remember one time I was watching this video, this girl dropped in. You can tell when someone looks like, yeah, they got this. And then another time you're like, girl, don't do it. Girl, don't do that. So she had the don't do that look because she was like, you know?
Yeah.
And if you break down the drop in, it's you on the coping,
Yeah.
you when you step into the transition, and then you in the flat bottom.
Yeah.
Everyone wipes out in the flat bottom. No one flops the first half of the round where you're on the transition.
Yeah.
Everyone goes flat in the flat bottom.
Yeah.
And the reason is because the shock of the change in momentum, because when you're going down, it's fast. So you just think about it like physics. So you're at the top of the coping.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say this is how high it is, and then you get here, this is the flat bottom.
Yeah.
When you step off the coping, this is your body, base of support, and then your center of gravity.
Yeah.
So you're going like this, the transition changes, and the speed now, whoosh, and you go, flat. The counterintuitive thing is to lean forward, so you keep your base of support under your center of gravity. If you think about a drop in, I need to keep my base of support, which is my skates, in a staggered position under my center of gravity, which is my hips, my core. To do that with the speed, you have to lean forward. The technique that I discovered and I shared it with Carla is that if you breathe out, it'll keep you from going this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people freak out because the speed
And
and
stand up.
they stand up
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
So if you feel the speed but you breathe out, it'll keep you down and keep you leaning forward, and you will not splat, no matter how high the ramp is. But the key is, in your mind, you have to be prepared. When I feel the oh shit, it's oh shit, not oh shit. You know, it's oh shit down, not oh shit up. Yeah. But that's the best way I can describe it. That will save you on every single drop in, because even if you're too far forward, you just slide onto your knee pads, slide onto your belly. You will not hit your tailbone, you will not hit your elbow, you will not hit the back of your head. It's completely safer. If you use your breath with your movement, every single thing. So when you stall, you're gonna go or, and then when you're coming back, you lean.
Oh, okay.
When you're coming up to slide, let's say you do 1 foot at a time, and then come back. So if you use your breath, it'll calm your heart, and then you'll have more control of what your body's doing. But a lot of times when you're scared, because like you literally can fall down and hurt yourself, hold your breath.
Yeah.
So when you breathe out, the breathing out will bring your chest down. That'll keep your center of gravity low.
You should teach this.
No. I'm just gonna show up, skate, and go home. Maybe I'll come by you guys.
Please. Oh my God, yes. Come to Ottawa. What's next for you in skating?
I was telling Carla that I would love us to be able to go to Quad Cup in California, but the ramp looks so scary. I don't know if it's the angle that they have it. I don't know if the ramp is 5 foot or 6 foot, but the transition looks so.
It's very vert.
It's very vert, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do finky stalls on that one. But like, I would love to go to Quad Comp, even if it's just to watch. Maybe watch 1 year and then compete the next year. That would be nice. I would totally love to skate the Venice Beach skate park. Every single cut that I see is like 1,000 people on the edges, and then one person skating, and I'm like, how does that one person get the chance to go? Because I feel like there's so many people that probably want to go. Like if you're in like a person never been there before, will you get a chance to go? Or will it be like intimidating because there's so many people? Maybe I have to go at 6 o'clock in the morning before everybody wakes up. That's the plan. Yeah, I would like to try all sorts of places. And then in terms of skills, like right now, me and Carla are working on porn stars, Mizus, soul grinds, which I find exceedingly difficult, especially because I have narrow trucks and I have no intention of using wide trucks. Everybody loves wide trucks and I don't care. I will just learn to do it with my narrow trucks, and if it's more difficult, I will just keep working until I get it. Because it is harder and I'm fine with it. Why do we have to all copy and everybody get wide trucks? I don't understand. Like, it doesn't feel good to me. I don't like it. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks like it's easier, but I'm just stubborn. I'm just gonna work on it till I get it. For me, with the narrow trucks, you don't sit the same way with the wide trucks. So like what happens is that you're either like right on top of the coping, or you're kind of like a little bit off, so you're kind of on the coping and on the deck with the coping in between.
Yeah.
It's more difficult because there's more of a sweet spot to find like bang. So with wide trucks, it is easier because you have all this room to land and you don't have to be as precise. But there's something about the height of the truck. I don't like that feeling that when I put my foot down, like this happens. It feels so uncomfortable for me. I'd rather just be right on top and feel like locked.
Like you're locked in.
Yeah.
Anyone will figure it out.
I will.
I believe in it.
Thank you. I love you. This is why sometimes some skills take me a little longer, because it is more difficult. And then too, there's like a little bit of a fear. For the longest time, my backsides took so long. I think everybody has a skill that takes forever to get. A couple of times when I was learning backsides, I fell in forwards, and that is a legitimate concern. So once that happens to you like once or twice, like you do not want to put that second foot on at all, because then you know that you're committed. Once you learn it though, you're just like, how did I not know this? How did I not know that I just need to do this? But before you get there, it's like, everything but right there.
How do you deal with fear?
I prefer to break down a skill and practice my exit because I feel like when you're learning a skill, getting into it isn't the hardest part. Getting out of it without falling is the hardest part. So what I prefer to do is figure out how I'm going to exit so that when I get there, I know exactly what I'm going to do. There's no point doing a backside and you have never rolled in off of both feet on the coping. Because you know, most people drop in with one toe stop, they step, or they step over, or they jump.
Yes.
You know, like there's all these techniques for dropping, but does anybody just stand up on the coping and then go in?
Which is scary.
Which is scary. You can just roll, your feet can slip, like there's a whole bunch of things that can happen. So that's what I was thinking. Okay, let me stand on the coping, lean forward, and then roll in. So now I know what I have to do once I land there. I figured out my exit. So now whenever I get confident enough for my foot to be on, because what would happen for me for a whole 2 years was I would land like this, then put my foot and go in. Because once I'm here, I'm stable, I'm sure that I'm not gonna fall in. Mm-hmm. Then I can put my foot and go in. Once I figured out my exit, then I can come back and figure out how much speed do you need, how much rotation do you need, how much power do you need, how much lean do you need, which direction are you going? Because once you get there, you know what you're doing to get out. So that kind of helps me with fear. Also, I prefer to work skills in progression. Almost every skill is either a front side stall or a 50-50. Like all skills are based off of the two of those. You're going sideways or you're going front to back. Every skill is this or this. Right. Once you learn the basics of the position, then you just have to change your foot, 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 and then boom, all the skills are there. Sometimes what happens to me is that you overshoot because you don't want to be too short. So then you have to figure out how much pressure to put to land exactly right. And then you're like, oh, I'm stalling. And then you can figure out if I just lean back a little bit, whoop, and then I go in.
And different parts.
Then there's the issue with the transition. If I go to someplace that I haven't been before, I'll usually skate around on the inside and feel how the transition is, because a lot of times one part, the transition is much more gentle. You won't get that whoosh, and then sometimes other places have more of a vert. So this is why I think you should skate different places, because you get in your mind, I can handle something new. If you just stay at the same place all the time, then there's just going to be this fear of the unknown. Like I only skate at Dufferin Grove, so can I skate at Ellesmere where the ramp is 6 foot, but the transition at Ellesmere is much more gentle than you think looking at it from a distance? Can I skate Van de Hoof? Whoa, it has a little bit of a vert, but it's almost 7 feet tall. I like to skate in the pocket. If I drop in somewhere that's high, I'll skate in the pocket, because if you realize, to make the skate part, the edges is more straight, and then when they come into the pocket, it's more gentle. Even though technically it's the same height, the transition is much more gentle in the pocket. It looks more scary because the coping's curved,
yes,
but it's actually easier to drop in the pocket, because they have to go from here to make everything fit. It has to actually do this, so this part is actually more gentle. The same height all around, but the transition is different, so you can drop in on the pocket to get familiar without having to worry about the vert on the sides.
Do you have a new project that you're working on?
Yes. So my new project is called Thank You Next Life Lessons. 2024 was a little bit of difficult for me because my dad died and my relationship of 7 years also collapsed. So I went from having all this support to nothing, and it was quite traumatizing.
Yeah.
Heartbreak on top of grief is not a good combination, guys.
No.
Needless to say, I skated quite a bit to help me, because I feel like skating is good exercise, it's fun, it'll get your endorphins up. So I just skated a lot more to kind of help me manage the feeling of like, oh my God, I'm alone and there's no one in the world that loves me, because everyone, they're dead or left. I mean, my daughter loves me, but
I think your friends love you.
my friends love me too, but I mean, like, it's not the same as your dad and your boyfriend.
Yeah, I understand.
So then I was thinking about when I was a kid, my mom died when I was 9. And I thought about my daughter, and I was like, suppose I die. And I was like, what do I have to give her? My dad died. All the things I'm telling you is my daddy. It's not me. All these things that he like put into me, like, oh, Chrissy, what happens is only 10%. How you respond is 90%. Or he who can control himself can control the world. Like basically, you gotta move calm. You can panic, freak out, get angry, get scared. Like whatever the emotion is, you have to keep it under control, because once you're under control, you can focus on how to fix the problem. Because a lot of times, like you have a thing happen and you just, the shit hits the fan and it gets worse because you're running around with your hair on fire, as opposed to just taking a moment to just calm down, and maybe then you'll be able to see, okay, well, this I can deal with, this I can actually handle, that I'll get to later. And then all of a sudden you go from my hair's on fire to I got it. So I have all these things that my dad taught me, and I was like, I don't have anything to give my daughter. So I was like, thank you. Next, thank you to my dad. Thank you to my ex-boyfriend. And next, hopefully I will have a lesson that I learned, and then something I can share with other people. Well, mostly I'm thinking about my daughter. So the project that I want to do is basically interviewing people, all areas. I'm just gonna ask people and see what they say. What have you learned? Because we're all learning different things, and we all have like a different perspective based on your personality plus your life experience of how to handle a situation. Two people will handle it completely different because of what they've learned. And sometimes you can learn from other people's experiences so you don't have to go through it.
That's true. Yeah.
That would be best.
Yeah.
But who does that? I definitely did not do that. So, and then also too, like, I want to be able to share positive reinforcement things, because I feel like it's quite easy to be negative. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of difficult things. The whole world's kind of on chaos right now.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's always like that. And like, sometimes it's good to just, everything is working out for me. Everything's working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Instead of, oh shit, we're gonna die. If your mind is calm, then you can think about how you're gonna get it worked out. Sometimes too, like, you're under pressure, and it's pressure because you don't know how to fix it. And some things cannot be fixed right away. Like almost every problem takes 6 months to a year to even figure out how to manage it, and then maybe 3 to 5 years to actually get from where you are to where you want to be. I don't understand why we have this delusion that it's all right now. Like nothing is right now. This is life. It takes time. Like skating is the perfect example. No one that knows how to skate showed up knowing how to skate. You always have to go back far enough. Maybe they started when they're 20. Maybe they started when they were 1. No one showed up, put on skates, and then was, and it takes time. I want to share that as opposed to add into the madness of we all gonna die.
There's enough of that.
We have enough of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna get it done though, but I've been listening.
Methodically.
Yes. Full circle. We can just time to go home and then just show over. How do I feel about roller skating? I love roller skating. It is the best thing in life after my kid. It is fun and it's hard. And it challenges you emotionally because you have to manage fear. It challenges you physically because you have to get strong to do skills. It challenges you socially because then you have to go to skate park with people that you don't know if they're gonna be nice. You just show up and hope that they're nice. Can I skate, or the skateboard is gonna be nice? I don't know. Then you get there and then everyone's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, okay, hi. And then you just, why was I worried? They don't even see me. They're working on their trick.
Yeah. This is gonna be the easiest interview to edit because it just flowed. It was like
everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me.